This is Breida. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Now a give coming right is Breida. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's third down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Rodgers going to try and throw on third down. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Now this is going to work out well as it's out of bounds near the 13-yard line. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now, 1st and 10 at their own 13. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. Brought down around the 16 or 17. Had a nice move but couldn't free much space. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Ryan to throw. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Zadarius Smith in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball in this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Hey, switch gears.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And that will be incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10. On first down, here's Breida. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Dante Fowler in on the stop.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
On second down, a run with Breida. Shifts by him at the 25. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watched that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments and doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football, and the Falcons grab it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A bad 3rd down mistake there.
Points were already on the board in their mind. And that's the worst part about it, right? Because it's just like in golf. Never count it in the cup until it rolls in there. Otherwise, you can really get messed up with your scores. In this case, you know they thought, hey, at least 3, maybe even a chance to get 6. It's a little bit demoralizing going off the field. Now that you've turned it over and you come up empty.
Yeah, if he holds on to that, at least the field goal on 4th down. Now they lose it. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Now Elliott. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Ryan. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down.
Well, enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons.
Check 15. Hey, 59, ready. Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight.
Now Ryan. He completes it to Jones. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. And this is going to be Packer football. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them. Big tackle, knock the ball free.
There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Packers. Matt Breida, 60 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was, and if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set him up.
And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down at 6. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Falcons take over
Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. Dean Lowry picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. To try again after the sack. Ryan, and he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. But he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about it.
And got his man complete. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's 4th down. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. This is Elliott. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, it's Elliott.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Well, stopped him in his tracks. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the 1st. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
A gain of 6 there on 1st.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful division. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Za'Darius Smith able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon.
Switch it. Check. 20.
Ryan. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Preston Smith, he's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here, back-to-back sacks. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons.
Hey, alert 3. Shift.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And that's Elliott, complete. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. These playoff games have a tendency to be tight. You have to wonder if that missed field goal could haunt them later.
Yeah, we're always looking for the key plays, right? The ones that we're going to magnify. Usually those happen in the second half or later in the game. This might be the key play of the game showing up here in the first half.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. From midfield, here's Rodgers. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they felt they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Back to the air, Ryan after the pick 6. Short throw underneath to Hurst. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Now it's Ryan. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And that's caught inside the 35. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. From the shotgun, Ryan. This complete to Jones. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver, that makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Preston Smith picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Got his man there complete to Gallup. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one a 1st down. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach.
And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons get a bit closer.
Apparently the week off hasn't hurt him one bit. 1,000-yard rush in the regular season. Get his first touchdown here in the playoffs. Perhaps the week off energized him.
A great article in the paper this morning basically saying that they would not have won the division without him. And he's not their only piece, but I think that's a fair statement.
It's easy to say it this way. He's their main cog.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Watch left. Watch left. Got you. I got you, son.
A first carry now for the BYU man. It's Jamal Williams. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. 5 men in the secondary now for the Falcons on 3rd down. Now it's Rodgers. He's got his man, Valdes-Scantling. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first. Now it's Breida. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
2 yards, good enough for a first.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. He was trying to find Equanimeous St. Brown, but it'll be 2nd down. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Rodgers. This one to the right, caught by Valdes-Scantling. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 35.
It's a gain of 10. And a Packer first down.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Breida, he'll try the right side. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Takk McKinley able to drop him for a loss of a couple.
It's 2nd down.
A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. Running out of the gun here, Breida. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the first down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Za'Darius Smith able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. Here's Ryan. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And a big 32-yard play on 3rd. Hey, you're at the point in the game right now where you got to start taking some chances, and that chance paid off.
And it's a good idea to be that aggressive because, truthfully, the defensive guys, they're just playing not to make a mistake. That often means you can make a big play against them.
Now this one into the hands of the tight end, Hayden Hurst. 17 yards and a first down for Atlanta. They'll throw on first down with Ryan. To the right side and complete to Hurst.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Hey, Charlie.
Looking to throw again on second down. Ryan, and he gets this one to Ridley, complete. Touchdown, Falcons! Calvin Ridley, 34 yards, as his guys are back within a single score. Zuerlein good with a PAT. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful.
He's got daylight. The 30. 10. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Matt Breida, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive, and it seemed like they had maybe given up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah,
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
Now it's Ryan. That one complete to Elliott. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up second down. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Ryan. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. Za'Darius Smith getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the... He's got him in, complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 42. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. From midfield now, here's Ryan. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Darnell Savage.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. They run again with Breida. And a gain of about 4 here moves this from the 6 up to the 10.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. That'll be complete to Breida. And now nothing but green ahead of him. Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them. Rodgers throwing here. It's caught by Funchess. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd and 10. Throwing again on 2nd down. Rodgers got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.